And now, please welcome to the blue corner from Italy, the demon, Samin, Kamal, Beik.
Fighting out of Italy and making her entrance to Karl Orff's Marina Burana. Samin Kamal Beik fights out of Italy and comes to present a real handful. Checkered fight record, but most of her losses have been to top European talents. She's earned the nickname Demon. And that should tell you quite a bit about what this lady does in the cage. Punishing striking style, and then out of the blue, surprise you in the BJJ realm. She's fought in Brave, had some losses there via KO and TKO. Made her MMA debut in 2015. As I say, the stand-up skills ever so present, but she's got other skill sets as well. 6-4 in MMA. Tonight she makes her FNC debut. Samin Kamal Beik. What do you say, Chris?
I think Beik's exciting. I think she's also very experienced, and sometimes those numbers don't tell the whole story. She has her losses, but in those fights, some of them for sure, she looked great, and they were against good talent. I like the fact that she's at Manchester top team. It's a great gym. There's a lot of good coaching and a lot of good sparring talent, for example, for her to develop there with. I asked her about her game plan, and I found that most intriguing. She said the first thing I'm going to do in this fight is I'm going to move. I'm going to look to be elusive, and I'm going to look to audit what my opponent's going to do, and then I'll choose which direction to take it.
Oh, Beik! And now please welcome to the red corner from Serbia, Marina, Spasic!
Well, as you can hear from the crowd giving it up, Spasic flies the flag here tonight for Serbian women's MMA. She started out with an illustrious kickboxing career before switching codes. Being the athlete she is, she adapted to MMA like a fish to water. She brutalizes with knees and punches and has developed some good wrestling fundamentals. Whether stand-up or on the ground, she's swinging lead. Came into MMA after a long kickboxing career. She was the national and world champion. 100 kickboxing fights on the record. She's a national hero. And listen, she has 2 young children. I mean, that's remarkable. What an achievement. Fights out of MMA Crvena Zvezda Club. And that's, of course, where Darko Stosic trains. Darko Stosic, well, a legend in his own lunchtime. In MMA, she's won in the first, second, and third rounds, 2 TKOs, and 1 unanimous decision. Well, I think all of that should tell you all you need to know about where this is going, except for the fact that Beik is the curve in all of that.
It's hard not to be impressed with her composure, and you mentioned the Stosic analogy. She's very similar. It's a low volume, high damage style, that purposeful, strong kickboxing game that she has adapted to MMA. All of the evolution of her decision making for mixed martial arts, I think, has been built around that skill set.
Contested at catch weight, 54 kilograms.
And this MMA rules bout takes place at a catch weight of -54 kilograms. And this bout will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Your referee in charge when the action gets underway, Mr. Dejan Tasic. And so introducing to you firstly in the blue corner. At yesterday's weigh-in, she scaled 53.2 kilos. Age 34. She stands at 167 centimeters tall. She brings a professional record of 10 fights with 6 wins and 4 losses. Representing a Manchester top team from the beautiful country of Italy, please welcome the Demon, Samin Kamal Beik. And opposing her on the other side of the cage, fighting out of the red corner. At yesterday's weigh-in, she scaled 53.8 kilos. Age 29, she stands at 165 centimeters tall. Her record thus far, a perfect one. 3 fights, 3 wins. Representing MMA team, Shavina Sveda from Serbia, Marina Spasic. And both fighters to the center, please, for your final instructions.
Well, you can hear the support from what can only be described as a hugely partisan crowd. Marina Spasic, the flag flyer for Serbian women's MMA. Beik, well, you can look at the numbers. They both make their FNC debut tonight. However, there's no lack of MMA ability and experience, as these two go head-to-head for 3 5-minute FNC MMA rounds. Both accomplished strikers. Of course, the kickboxing skills of Spasic, almost legendary.
Now, Beik definitely loves a good scrap. She loves to get dragged into a brawl, but she's also got a really tricky catch wrestling style that I'd love to see her use here. But I'm sure Spasic has done the homework. She'll expect Beik to stand only until a point. Everybody knows what Spasic is going to do.
Well, already the precision in the low kick, the evasion skills that Spasic is demonstrating are superior to Beik. Beik just a little bit, that front teep though, took her up on the scale, but that low kick is going to punish, and that's what Spasic is doing. That's an experienced kickboxer. It's a much underused strike, left-right combination, low kick. She's just throwing the low kick. She's hitting the target, and it's not being checked by Beik. And if this goes on across, well, 2 rounds, I don't think Beik will make the 3rd. Look, I'm looking at this, and this is a stand-up expert. You don't get better than this, and there's the scathing low shot. That's the tactic. She's going to take the sting out of Beik once you immobilize, and the evasion skills here are just so apparent. You know, the art of hitting and not being hit is what is serious here. But there's the mistake. Sloppy on the kick, gets taken down, and look at this, heel hook.
Beik was thinking about a straight ankle lock, maybe configuring to a figure 4 toe hold, couldn't get it. Spasic gets up. Spasic has just got to keep it basic. That's how she's usually able to overcome fighters who are keen on the takedown.
Well, Beik was very quick to take advantage of that, and that sends a very strong signal out. You can come into my parlor, but I'm the spider, you're the fly. But the composure of Marina Spasic, 100 kickboxing bouts to her record, and the evasion, the coolness with which she avoids the hands from Beik. Beik, no slouch, make no mistake. That front teep, the Maigeri Chudan, the midsection teep, however you want to describe it, seems to be in the arsenal of Beik. But she's getting caught here. The hands are faster from Spasic. Classic kickboxer. She's not going for a takedown here. She's only going to defend if it goes to the mat. Crowd getting a bit restless because they want to see some action here. Very busy, busier than a bishop's hat. Beik. A lot of footwork, exchanges, and she's going to get busy if she can get Spasic to make a mistake and get sloppy with one of those kicks. And I don't know why Spasic has given up the strategy of the low kick, but look at the hands. This is troublesome.
I have to say, she's probably concerned about the takedown. I love it, though. This is basic stuff. She wants 1 to 3 punches max. always leading with a jab. And it's that right cross that I feel could be an issue, because occasionally we're seeing Beik drop that left. You can see her, she's doing all these little upper body kind of flim-flam movements to try to get a reaction from Spasic. But she can do that, but Spasic is going to be much more gifted from her experience. 100+ fights in kickboxing, you cannot fake that experience.
Well, the success of the low kick cannot be overestimated or overvalued here. And the left lead leg of Beik starting to glow just a little bit red. And if that's the strategy, Spasic needs to re-employ it and get to work and punish the low level, as well as the hands there, left-right combination. And there you go, throws the low kick in again. Thank you very much. The right hand caused trouble for Beik, but she moves, doesn't she? She's ever so much a moving target, Beik.
Another thing that's worth noting is Spasic has actually had 2 of her 3 fights in a very, very small cage. And so I like the fact that she's able to use so much space and retreat, reset, keep her back to the middle. It's got to be a breath of fresh air.
But she creates enough space there to keep out of range. How she manages to sit in the pocket is, well, that's the experience of 100 kickboxing bouts. She just manages to stay in the pocket long enough. Lovely parry there. Good skills here from Spasic. This is just incredible boxing here. Now heat-seeking with the right hand, looks to put a bit more heat on it, starting to say to herself, right, I need you to slow down here. I want to stop you coming forward. We've just under 30 seconds left in this first round. Been a very strong round for both fighters, but Spasic has edged it. Needs to go back to the strategy of the low kick for me.
There we go. Beik heard it from her corner, seconds left. Just a testing shot from quite a ways out, a naked shot, if you will, nothing to set it up. And she got the pickup. Love it. Drops through the legs. Very smart. Outside heel hook, rolls through.
Love's labor's lost. Too much, too little, too late. And that's the danger that can throw a curve here. It's interesting she left it that late in the round.
Not surprising, though. It's just straight up catch wrestling, right? Go for the double leg. You get the legs here. Her hands were clasped, right? So she knew she had control. And then you drop back and try to trap him and achieve an outside heel hook. I love it.
Psychological right at the end of the round. Spasic goes back to the corner with the worry that the nuisance that Beik can provide here tonight could be something that she needs to be aware of in this second round. And the thought of that will overhang. And, well, you can see just there how she tried to get that crank on.
Yup, outside Ashi, you could see she had that post there. Let's take a look at it. Heel exposure, decent bite, Spasic rolling through it. That can be really dangerous, especially if there were seconds left. But saved by the bell.
We go to 2. Under 54 kilograms. This is looking to be one of the best bouts of the evening so far. Great clean skill sets. And the danger on the ground that Samin, Kamal, Beik offers here. Well, already she's starting to defend that lead left leg. And the low kick from Spasic is starting to have its effect. And she needs to continue with that, in my book, and gradually chop down the tree. I'd like to see it come off the back of a left-right combination. Gets caught with a left hand there. Spasic not quite controlling the space. And that psychological element from the takedown at the end of the first is causing Spasic problems here. You can see that she's just not so confident going forward. And suckered there. Beautiful. Beik goes for the double leg. And she knows Spasic is uncomfortable on the ground. And that's where she wants to be. And that's her office quite clearly here.
2 for 2 on the power doubles. This is the thing, right? If it could be a risky scenario, you wait until the end, you test, then you take that data point, you go back to your corner, and they would have said, do it again and do it sooner. Now Spasic knows she's going to drop for a leg here again.
Oh, well, this is dangerous now. And Beik can crank that leg. She's rolling to try and get bite on it. This is looking dangerous now for Spasic, but she's using it, dropping in those punches. She needs to get out of this position. This is very dangerous indeed. Referee just having a look to see all's as it should be.
She was nearly into the 411 there, Will. That's a really, really dangerous position with the inside heel hook. Great work from Spasic to strip the legs, open up, and get out of there.
Well, that's exactly what she's done. And what a danger, what a threat that Samin Kamal Beik is creating here. She's a real nuisance and such a dangerous, unorthodox style with the movement, tight guard. Spasic now having to hunt her down, trying to close that cage off. And she's so busy, Beik, with the hands, with the head. And she's causing a problem. But Spasic now starting to get range, starting to get the crosshairs lined up. Oh, upstairs, then downstairs for the body shot. Big power shot, some heat on this now. Spasic starting to turn up the volume here and find the shots that could be defining. Picks them very well and is accurate. Landing, but then falls foul for the double shoot, sprawls and spoils it this time. Goes round the back very quickly for the ground and pound, and this time Beik in trouble here. Spasic looking to finish. Spasic measured as she throws in those shots, finding the target. Is there intelligent defense? Beik has to turn, throws herself up, tries to keep that guard open, but Spasic really went from 9 to 11.
That's exactly what she needed to do. She needed to get up, she needed to get an opening, and she needed to start putting pressure on Beik. Beik, of course, going for that desperation shot, has left her exposed here, Will.
Spasic now taking no chances, really putting in big shots. We could be in for a knockdown finish here. It's all over. It's a TKO for Spasic. Marina Spasic takes the win. Beik under so much pressure, pylon by some of those huge shots. Oh my goodness gracious me, that was delicious. What a finish. That was clean and as sweet as apple pie.
And she had to overcome adversity, Will. She was tested 2 rounds in a row by the leg lock scenarios. Excellent work from Spasic. She was able to go out there and stuff that takedown attempt. And here we go. Spin to the back and just do work. The knees, the hammer fists, too much one-way traffic, and 4-0 in the end for Marina Spasic.
What a well-engineered finish there. Wonderful piece of skill. Oh, and that has got to be the theatre of dreams for Marina Spasic to take the win here tonight in front of her home crowd. Look at the knee strike go in. When she went, she left like a rocket to Mars. Unbelievable performance there, Spasic. She knew when to put on the heat, when to take it off. Had a couple of narrow escapes there with the leg locks, the heel hooks, and there was a little bit of alchemy going on the ground from Beik. But tonight, well, the kickboxing skills right at the fore here. Mother of 2, and well, the
ladies and gentlemen, let's have a
famous
massive round of applause, please,
kickboxing
for both
daughter
of
of
these ladies
Serbia.
after an excellent contest. But the end comes in round number 2 after 3 minutes and 34 seconds completed of the round. Your winner by way of TKO in the red corner, Marina Spasic! To show your appreciation for our runner-up, Samin Kamal Beik.
Well, emphatic win there from Spasic, and the crowd loving it. Hometown girl and her teammate, champion Darko Stosic, raises her. Great performance, and what a great duo. These two are legendary. Great performance, wasn't it, Chris?
And it was a patient performance. It was one of those things where she went out there, she laid her cards down, she quite wasn't able to get Beik to bite, and then she had to deal with the unpredictability. I mean, ending up there in the saddle, the honey hole, the 411, the most dangerous leg lock position there is, and being able to get out, mad props.
So, we'll have a word with her, see how she felt about that win.
Marina, čestitke, stvarno od srca, vidim da jako emotivno doživljavaš ovu pobjedu kao i cijeli tvoj tim. Nije bilo nikako lako, vidio sam da ti je pritisak, kako si to doživjela u kavezu?
Joj, ne znam šta da kažem. Krema je ogromna, što se vidi, pošto sam malo prepala tamo kad sam izlazila. Ali ne znam, ovo ne može se opiše, prelepo je, ovo je moj grad i ovo je moja publika i prezadovoljna sam i mnogo smo se radili i trudili, ne znam, presrećna sam, nisam ni svesna koliko sam u stvari srećna. Tako da eto, i hvala vam mnogo, divni ste.
Marina, već sam rekao, nije nimalo bilo lako. Koliko su blizu bile one poluge koje je pokušavala na nogu, bilo je jasno što tvoja protivnica želi, ali ti joj nisi dopustila.
Iskreno ne znam, pošto mi je u glavi bilo jedno, ne predaje, makar polomila nešto. Znači, nema predaje, znači šta god bilo, nema tapkanja. Eto, to mi je jedino bilo u glavi.
Rijetko viđamo u FNC-u ženske mečeve, ali nakon ovakve poslastice mislim da bi to trebali češće. Šta ti kažeš, kada ćemo te vidjeti ponovno?
Želim da se zahvalim Porgaču i cijelom FNC timu i kao i MMA savezu i mojoj ekipi, zato što je stvarno ovo najlepši turnir na koji sam učestvovala, a učestvovala sam na mnogo i kickbox revija i MMA. Ovo je zaista, što se tiče organizacije i svega, toliko lepo. Znači, bukvalno ja sam imala osjećaj da sam u nekom Las Vegasu, eto.
Dame i gospodo, sjajna dama, Marina Spasic!
The TKO win. Great performance there from Marina Spasic. Those are the numbers, Chris. What do you say?
I have to say, look at the amount thrown and the amount landed. It's the highest percentage of accuracy we've seen all night. Outstanding work. That's what we came to expect from Spasic.
Well, yeah. Punches high at 76. Strikes 93. You'd expect a kickboxer to deliver that, but you look at the corresponding numbers from Beik and there's just no comparison. Yeah, it was a firefight, wasn't it?